welcome back to Clubhouse Chat. We are here tonight with what I think is probably the best looking bunch yet, and yes, it is ladies' night at the Clubhouse. So welcome, gals. How are you all this evening?
Very well, thank you. Cheers.
Good.
Feeling great. Fucking great.
Cheers, ladies. So let's kick off this chat with some intros. Can I get your OG position, your name, nickname if you have one, and how long have you been playing at the club? Saz, should we start with you?
Okay. Hi, I'm Sarah, but most people call me Saz. I've been at the club now for 6, maybe 7. I don't know. I feel a bit lost this year. And I started out as a player coach but didn't actually do any playing, and then I've just been coaching the ladies ones and being involved in organising the ladies section for the 2s, the 3s. This season I've now taken over as the under-16 girls coach and come out of retirement, so I'm back on the pitch with the ladies 2s and the mixed team, if fingers crossed we get to play again.
Thank you, Saz. Cray, what about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Kraymer. I do actually have a first name, which maybe some people won't know. It's Emma. I've been at the club for a really long time now. I think my debut might have been in, when I was 16, and I'm now 31. So yeah, that's quite a long time, sort of playing in sporadic games to kind of help them out back in the day when we were struggling for players, which seems like a long time ago now. And then yeah, kind of started again sort of full time after uni, which was in 2012. So yeah, that's another nine years or so. I play in the screen with Gemma. So yeah, that's super fun. So that's me.
Thank you. And finally, Gemma.
Also playing the screen with Kraymer in the midfield. I have been playing at the club for 7 years, this is 7th season. Coached for a little bit before that, but I've been around the club and at the end of seasons and in the clubhouse supporting Thomas for 15 years.
Who's Thomas, Gemma?
Who is this Thomas person? Don't know. Yeah, so 15 years I've been at the end of seasons and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, been, although not playing for that long, been around the club.
Fab. So that sounds a bit
not quite like that.
Yeah, not in that way.
I've been around the club.
You'll heard it here first, guys. Anyway, so look, great to have you all here, guys. Let's do a bit of scene setting. So it's the same scene as we've had with the men's teams as well. So you've just finished a game, and OGs have obviously won, top of the league and all that. And everyone has come back to the clubhouse to celebrate on the Saturday night. So the question is, where are your celebrations starting? Is it in the showers? Has it already happened on pitch? What's happening, Kraymer?
Yeah. Well, do you know what we I suppose, yeah, maybe the showers. I'm not sure how that sounds. But yeah, we've been better in recent years about all kind of coming together and walking back to the clubhouse together and then having a drink. So yeah, I would say normally most of us now like a cheeky pint after a game. So yeah, I would say starts from there and normally moves to the Crown.
Moves to Crown. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Crown. I haven't been.
Other pubs are available in Weybridge, but
they do the best chicken wings.
So question then, who's the prima donna who takes the longest getting ready? Who do you have to wait for before you can crack on with the beers?
Well, quite often it's actually Gemma, because she's got to do the handing over of children and childcare, and there's one thing and another to pass on to, because loads of the girls that play, they have partners that play in the club, and so there's always these like parental duties of passing children over before they can finally go get ready, have a drink, or they're chasing around the children in the clubhouse. So it's quite a cool family orientated atmosphere, and then the children go home and then people stay on for drinks and things. So Gemma can take a while. She's probably not the longest though.
I like to go home, put the kids to bed, get ready, and then I'm like, where are you now? And then back and meet you.
Yeah,
we missed out on a few beers.
I would say that I don't know whether we spend like lots of time necessarily getting, you know, spruced up. As Gemma sort of says, we might go home, shower, and you know, get ready, and then come back and then reconvene. So yeah, Gemma normally pops up later, which is good fun. I'm just a bit of a faffer, to be honest. So I'm normally faffing with something, and then yeah, by the time we sit down, most people have left.
It's feedback.
I don't know if that's a personal thing. Maybe they just don't like me. I don't know.
Nothing to do with dressing.
Okay, so we're after the showers. Gemma's gone home, come back, drop the kids off, and Cray, you've made half the club leave. So that's great.
It's fine. I will have been in the bar the whole time.
Okay, so Saz has been
Still there.
I will have stayed. I will still be there. I'll be a couple of
Sarah will be like 3
drinks
points
in.
down.
So, Saz, have you got the drinks in then? What have you got for the girls?
Well, if the Smashals are around, we like bubbles. That's a firm favourite, and often we are celebrating victories. It's not a joke being top of the league for what we're on now, 6 seasons in a row for the ladies ones, and the ladies twos are closely followed with like 4 or 5 seasons behind. And our ladies threes, they just quite enjoy a drink, so it's often bubbles. But if we're just at the Clubhouse, it's probably a fruity cider, maybe a bottle of bud. People start off light, and then depending where the evening goes, it goes into the old glasses of wine or Jaeger bomb shots. These girls are nodding below because they know all about those. So yeah, it's normally a pretty boozy affair on Saturday night.
Let's love it. And so my next question was going to be, who's the loudmouth causing trouble at the bar, but it sounds like it's you, Saz.
No, I'm normally over there trying to calm Johnny down, because he, as he mentioned in his, he genuinely is in the Clubhouse having a go at umpires still, or trying to appease them because he's been sent away from the pitch or whatnot. So might go and kind of try and intervene or stay well clear and just have another drink.
Fair enough. So lots of the men's ones sort of milling around as well, and there's a few people on here with husbands and boyfriends in the team. So is it hoes before bros, or have you got to give them a bit of time of day, or are you just ditching them to have a girl sesh?
Ditch.
It kind of depends what's going on. It depends if they've got a game the next, because normally they play Sundays, so it depends what's happening. Although they have had some of the Saturday night games, which we've all met up and gone to watch the game, and then I've been running home, putting the kids to bed, and then coming back out again. But yeah, so he kind of wins on that one, although it's both Saturdays, they've got the later game. But normally we kind of just work it out between us, and then the twos are normally in the pub or normally around and about, and the ones are there as well. So it just depends.
I think as the club's got bigger as well, and more people have kind of moved to the area as well, it just has meant that more people tend to hang out after games and things. And when we could do, and hopefully we'll be able to do really soon, like everyone was coming to watch and things, there was a bit more of a a clubby vibe, and certainly in the last sort of 5 or so years even. So it's quite nice. There generally tends to be more people around and about after games and then going into the evenings. So it's a really, really nice dynamic to have more sort of club members hanging out.
Yeah. So I think we started a couple of like random fan clubs in our time. So it could be that like the men's vets, Kraymer, do you remember when the men's vets were playing and you and I stayed on and watched and just shouted at Woosley, club legends? He didn't know who either of us were. We just spotted some random old men in OG's tops, and we were like, oh, they must be part of our club. This was quite a few years ago before we like met everybody properly. And we started our Woozy fan club and just heckled him because he was the only name we knew from the sideline. So that's where we chose to hang out as I'm not using the term ho, but us. And then we found a new bro and we supported him within the club. It was a good Saturday well spent.
I think he was like, who are these like fans?
But I still cheer him on, even at training sessions. If we see him on a Saturday when the vets are down training, I'm like, go Woozy!
Love it. We'll throw out a hashtag to Woozy then.
Professional name is T though, I think.
Cool. So I have to ask it because it's Six Nations time at the moment. Who's everyone supporting for the win?
England.
I mean, top of the table, what's France at the moment? They're looking pretty good. I mean, I'd like to support England, but don't know.
You're going to
support? I don't think we.
Come on.
They've all got COVID right now, Craig.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. This game v Scotland's been cancelled.
Oh,
are you disappointed in that?
Yeah, because we have it. We're going to have it, but anyway,
you might want to take.
Also, there's not always. The TV isn't always on because the two men's twos normally have that massive boombox thing, and normally Rooney or one of them is playing tunes out of the big boombox thing. So sometimes, if obviously if it's not Six Nations on, then
okay, so there's already like a little party going in the corner kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jugs of beer. The jugs.
Of beer. Nice. Okay, so then that moves nicely on. Then is there a fine circle that the girls team do? Do you guys create a bit of a man of the match, dick of the day, awards, fine circle in the evening? And
well, we introduced a bit more of a like man of the match and dick of the day idea last season, where we got some pretty sweet velvet or velour yes, Gemma, that must mean you received the last player of the match.
No, I just took it all home after that game.
Oh. Honestly, where we had the ladies section had these sweet vintage blazers made, so they're embossed, they're bespoke. And so each ladies team has one of these for the winner. So there's a bit of an honour around that and some drinks. And then there is a ridiculous outfit for the dippy of the day, which I'll let you girls also give some more info on if you want, because we've got some comedy outfit photos where you have to dress up as a bit of a unicorn and add something to it. I know lots of different teams do different things. I'm pretty sure did the men's ones, they had some kind of, they were quite gentlemanly, and they buy a bottle of wine for people and different things. I think that each team has something different they do. So yeah, ladies ones are definitely there drinking.
This season as well, we're making a note of fines. So anyone thinks that they're getting away with anything this year, it will come back up. And next year we're going to go in with that. I think we're going to reintroduce that with going to reintroduce it.
Is that a threat from the chicken?
Oh, sorry. Somebody dressed as a chicken, Mac.
What? Don't know. No, sorry, I don't know what I just said. Sounded like threatening chat though from Captain Kraymer. So good to know. Watch out, guys. So a hypothetical match has happened today though. So who was man of the match and why?
Me, obviously.
And why?
I'm joking. Probably because of my really good team talks. You know, that's man of the match status in itself. But yeah,
leadership qualities.
Do you know what though? It is normally like quite spread. Like,
yeah,
it's not very often that there's one kind of out and out man of the match.
No, always. If I always think I'm man of the match when I'm playing a game. I'm just to throw it out there. Delusions of grandeur. I think I'm all right. I score quite often now. I'm come out for retirement in these ladies twos.
I think you're right. There've been the last few weeks. I think there have been like it's been
zero matches
for almost everyone kind of thing. So yeah.
So yeah.
Having said that, with Dodd, are we allowed to swear?
I called it Dippy.
I can beep you.
Dippy of the day. It's normally out and out, isn't it? It's not very. It's like kind of the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Fran,
Zoe got it once when she wasn't even playing.
Her real name is.
How did Zoe get it for not playing? How's that even work?
She was injured. It's from the playoff game where she got hit in the mouth. And she came to watch our first league game and was on the sideline with Holly. And I can't remember what she got it for. She's shouting like random stuff. And so we gave it to her for just being a gobby shite on the sideline.
Fair enough. Okay. So and then no fine circle or just man match dick of the day?
We do that more when we're kind of out drinking, don't like out drinking, fine circle sort of. So, you know, if it's been organised and everyone's kind of there, then there'll be sort of the fine circle. But it's for random stuff like where they went to uni or stuff like that.
Yeah.
we're not too mean yet.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So it's another threat from Captain Kraymer.
Aggie chicken.
Yeah. So then final question then. Hypothetical game again. Who is the biggest troublemaker on the pitch?
Oh, Gemma, you've had a couple of cards recently, haven't you?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I've not been as bad this season.
Because of COVID.
There hasn't been a season.
Yeah, you haven't had any games.
No, didn't we do a tally not very long ago and I was not the top?
You're not the top, but you were in there. Who was
there.
I can't even remember now. Was it Zoe?
Zoe got loads in one game. It was one of the crunch games that we needed to play last season to try and get promoted. And we travelled away, and literally there was like 15 short corners in a row, and she's meant to run number 1, but spent out of the 15 probably 14 of them at the halfway line because she'd broken the line, and then it just kept replaying out, and she was
Wasn't that Farron?
Come in, yeah, and she, you know, she does dumb stuff like that sometimes.
25
but,
short corners we had against us in that game.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Nikki Campling got two greens as well, didn't she? Or two greens in one of the games.
Oh, Lloydie gets a fair few though, just a back chat. And she seems to think that it's like, no, didn't do this foul. But we're like, Lloydie, it's not Premier League anymore. The umpires don't often, you know, they think it's anti-skill.
She's useless. She's a horrible person.
I should never have been mentioned in this chat.
Yeah.
Sure.
There was also the game where Jess got sent off against
That was
Haven.
the same game. That was Haven. She got sent off at Haven. She got sent.
That's been banned as from the guys' chat. That's a swear word. Haven't, Surbiton and Wimbledon are all banned.
Oh well,
that game away, that was really fun.
An away game that we did
You were
not have.
hungover, Kraymer.
Yeah, so do you know what? I wasn't supposed to play that weekend because I was at a friend's 30th down south, and I had actually had a pretty big night before, and then we didn't have that many players. So I think I can't remember who
I played.
Yeah, well, I can't remember who it was, but they were like, yeah, it'd be great if you wouldn't mind just coming along. So I was like, right, okay. But actually, I am pleased to say that I thought I was going to be the worst on the pitch, but actually on that game day, everyone was pretty awful.
That was the game.
Zoe got carded, Jess got carded, Krabby got carded.
Yeah, and it was Andy Ball's one of his first coaching experiences with us, like properly. And I ended up, rather than coaching that game, I was on the pitch because I went in goal when Jess got sent off for the flick. We should have put Krabby in because she would have she'd have saved it, but I didn't. And it was just, and then I was playing up front. It was just one of those most ridiculous games that it was.
Zoe missed the flick.
Yeah, someone else missed. Jess carded. Someone got.
That's the one where Bully took the mick out of her for removing her glove before the flick.
Yeah, which is now a superstition.
I think. That was a very bad.
That was a bad game. And then they had I think their men playing after. So they had the whole side of the pitch like lined with supporters, and we were completely just falling apart.
I feel like we had new players that had never played for us before in that game as well. Like people Jess.
We had little Jess,
under 14, and we'd like pulled her up because she's got so much potential and she's just awesome. And she came.
She was awesome in that game, though.
Yeah, she was one of our best players.
She got man of the match. Yeah. Dame of the game. Yeah. But yeah.
Love it. So what was the score?
Oh, we lost 4-1, was it?
Oh, yeah.
That game is sort of gone from my any actual hockey played is just out.
No,
but yeah, we definitely lost.
Yeah, it sounds like we should move on from that one then, because
let's move on.
Favourite moments, and that sounds pretty shocking. So right, we're in for the long haul then. Are we going out after this? Are we going to get the Jaegers in?
Yeah.
There've been some decent nights where we like the Crown's been mentioned a few times, so thanks to the Red Naps for hosting us. And then we will most likely, this is where it kind of splits, like the girls will go off to maybe a couple of the other pubs, have some cocktails, the boys might stay there, and then we'll meet back up. And back in the day when clubs and bars were a thing, we'd end up in probably one of the nightclubs at the top of the road, or Reds or the Pullman or whatever it's called, and hopefully Titch has got a table. That's always fun when Gemma's other half, the worst half, gets a table, and it can be drinks in there for a bit, and then pretty often there's after parties back at people's. So I don't know, it's a pretty busy night. People can dip in and out.
Some good dancing,
or not.
or not.
Okay. Or the Smashers, they know how to throw a party.
They host a good party.
Yeah, if it's just been Clubhouse and then straight to someone's house, you've got to go to the Smashers. They know how to throw a party.
What's also been good the last few years has been before the end of season, Paul has hosted like a little party at hers, like on the Thursday night before the end of season. It's kind of come a bit of a tradition where we go to Paula's and have a few drinks. And Sarah, it's your get the nail technicians and
my lash lady, yeah,
and things like that. And it's just like a really nice way for us all kind of to get together and sort of talk about the season and have a little like get together before the end of season. So we kind of do a pre-end of season party.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Okay, so we're going crown, a table at some club that Titch has bought, and then
there's a group that do a bit of a like after party. There's a few boys in the club. I think some of them like to think that they're in some kind of like OG's firm, and that they represent that. They're quite, you know, there's some late nights from some boys within the club. So often if one of the girls wants to, or a few of the girls want to stay out and whatever, there's a few of them that continue elsewhere.
Good to know. That doesn't
Don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Okay. Right then, so moving into favorite moments then. So the first thing that I want to know is what has been the favorite photo that you've featured in at your time at OG's, and is there a song that sort of summarizes that moment for you? We'll kick off with Captain Kraymer.
So there have been so many photos, but one of my favorite is oh, I don't know if I can say the team when we've been banned to say that the team name. So a team beginning with S that we'd just beaten, and I think we'd lost or drawn, I can't remember now, on the first leg, and it was all sort of coming down to this last game, and we just played just so amazingly. Like everyone was on such good form, everyone was fab, and just at the end I think everyone was just almost like lost it, and we did sort of like a bit of a pile up in the middle of the pitch like afterwards, and I was on the bottom of said pile up, which so you actually can't see me in the photo, but I am at the bottom. I think you can maybe see the back of my leg or my shoe or something, but that's got to be one of my favorites, because it was just a really good day. And I mean, song wise, I mean, you've got to have something like We Are the Champions, don't you? That's got to go with it, something like that.
Yeah, it's a big choice there. Okay, nice. And Gem, what about yourself?
You know, I was actually going to choose the same picture.
Sorry, Gem.
Pretty much for the same reasons. Like everything that day just went to plan. Like normally someone's turning up late, someone's stuck in traffic, you know, we all kind of scatter in, but everyone was there on time. We're in the changing room. Kraymer did like an awesome little speech for everybody, and kind of picked like every single person had like a little speech that she said, and I think we did the Al Pacino's Inch by Inch, played that, and we had a song list that season, like a playlist, and that was going in the change room. And just the warm, you know, sometimes where warm-up doesn't go right, you kind of feel a bit flat. Like none of that happened. We just got on the pitch and everything just felt right that day. And I think that was kind of because we had such a bad game against them before Christmas, like we literally fell apart, and thought our season was done, and then we just kind of picked it up and it all came down to this one game.
Love it.
I mean, it's definitely like
game. It sounds like,
yeah, well, you would think like the one we've just played, the playoff, like it was obviously a toss-up between the two as to which one you would kind of choose. But I think that one, because we'd already played them and we knew them, like we know some of the players, like we've been to university with them and things like that, it was kind of had that extra edge to it. Whereas the one we've just played, we knew nothing, we'd not played them, so we were kind of going in a bit blind. So I think to win the one before kind of just had that little bit of extra to it.
yeah,
That one had such a build up as well, because I think the one that we played in September was, we'd had quite a big gap, and it's kind of hard to kind of almost like psych yourself up, or you know, all that kind of stuff. And I think, yeah, the one last time was just such a build up. Yeah, it was really cool. It was such a cool day.
Saz, what about yourself?
Oh, what the tune or
Favorite photo is your
favorite photo? Oh my god, there's so many, absolutely loads. I don't know which one I should pick, because when we were thinking about this and going through, there are so many. I have to probably go with the one of it's actually during COVID and lockdown, where TP, who is an absolute character, sorry Claire, he is the best parish of the two. He is hilarious, this chap. And he did some the men's twos were doing some kind of like drinking thing, and they were filming themselves doing something. Drink responsibly, please. They were filming themselves doing some drinking thing, and I did some like random false call on someone for non-alcoholic beer, and then I got fined and pulled into this drinking thing, and it was dressed as oh yes, Jen. It was dressed as Carol Baskin, or some I don't know. There was some ridiculous outfit, like TP was wearing some gold spandex, some fur, and a bucket hat, and I was like, hold on a minute, I have that entire outfit. And so I put the same outfit on, and then the two of us had a little screen picture together. That one's a pretty decent one.
Love that.
Because it means during rubbish times, like the OGs people are always there for a bit of a laugh, a bit of fun, and it was just like a decent, Clubhouse moment.
Perfect. So song?
Oh, well, it's gonna have to be not Carol Baskin. Who was the guy that
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Yeah, maybe that one then. But that's
Cool. So normally I ask who has been your big go-to teammate and why, but I'm going to change it, and I'm going to change it to who would be the teammate you wish you could play like for one game, for one day only. Who would be the person you want to play like on your team? And we'll go to Saz first.
Oh.
Last moment change.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Shag. So Zoe Shepherd, her real name. She has played OGs for maybe 5 years. I think I managed to get her over here pretty quickly. She's one of those players I've coached from university through. She was one of my teammates for a long time. So I've seen her play a lot, and there's just something about her, like if she's in a good mood and she's ready to go, she brings this energy to the pitch, and she's got her faults. She tackles with her feet, she slides around and blah, 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 like all sorts, but when she's on fire and she's absolutely on one, she brings a good energy. She can score an absolute howler if she gets the opportunity to, and she can outscore people. But also she's just good fun, and so I'd like to play a game in her style, with her tempo, her energy, and just have an absolute laugh. And also I quite like the fact that when Holly's filming on the sideline for her, she gets a show reel at the end of every game. She gets a little interview. She's walking off the pitch. It's like, so Zoe, how did you feel that this went? Like, she's living the life, living the dream.
Love that. By howler, do you mean screamer? Isn't it?
Oh yeah, because that means the complete opposite. She doesn't score howlers. Well, actually, she does score sheet goals, but goals, right?
Love it. Okay, Cray, what about yourself?
So I'm going to say Jess Ross, because she, honestly, aside from the game that we will not speak of, she's awesome. She plays really well. She gets us out of loads of situations.
Sorry, can I just stop? Was that did you EG that, Mac lad?
Yeah, I just finished. I finished my glass. Yeah.
You
just can't.
Second. All right, someone else with the fines.
I'm going to message my husband for a top up. Don't worry.
Yes,
sorry. Yeah, we'll edit that.
That's okay. I was bigging up Jess Ross, and you've interrupted my flow.
Oh, sorry.
It was an inappropriate finish. Gemma's nowhere near even halfway yet. So
I'm going to have to message as well for a top up soon, but I will acknowledge. So I don't know. I just well, I've also never been a goalie, so that would be pretty fun. But yeah, I think there have been some games specifically as well, when she's been voted man of the match, and it's because she's got us out of situations that could easily have been a loss potentially for us. And I just think she's awesome. She plays really well, and
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt again, Kraymer, but do you not remember that time, the first game of last season, where she turned up without her kit? Or there might be a video I've sent you, Mac, where she did the opposite. She turned up fully dressed in her kit, and I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't
in her mind.
I wouldn't pick to play as her on a day that she's done something like that. Can I pick a game?
It's got to be Jess being good, not shit. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, do I need to just say Jess Ross on a good day, just to clarify?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Gemma, what about yourself?
I'm torn between two. Nikki Alexander-Lloyd, just because, you know,
full stop.
Just because. Do we need to say anything else? Yeah, her skills, silky skills, speed, just ability to read the game, you know, is amazing. But the other person that I was going to say potentially would be Fran, just because, you know, well, you know, Fran.
You can bond over cards.
Got lots to talk about, but you know, it's her techers when she kind of, you know, falls on the floor. I'd quite like to learn that one, you know, where she's the one making the foul, but kind of turns it round to make it look like someone else is fouling her.
Yeah, it's like amateur dramatics and complete manipulation of the umpires is what I've seen.
It's fear. Everybody's scared that she might arrest them.
Good point.
It'd be nice to spend a day or a match kind of doing that. So
moving on, and again changing it slightly, because normally we talk about a favourite goal that you've scored that's been caught on video, but we're not quite national prem yet. Give it a few more seasons, and we'll have video obviously. Apart from Shag already has our own videographers from the sounds of it, so maybe we just need to get them involved. But so let's think about your favourite goal, the favourite time when you've skilled someone, or like your favourite kind of playing picture. What has been that big moment? And then I'm going to ask for a song again to kind of summarise how that made you feel. But we'll kick off with Captain Cray. What are you going to talk about?
Okay, so goal scoring is why I might be wearing, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm in a chicken suit tonight.
What?
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah.
You didn't get the memo that we should all wear blue?
No, I did not get the memo, and yeah, this is my Friday night outfit. But yeah, I had a little bet a few months ago now against Dan Shingles, because I suppose between the two of us, we're not known as goal scorers. And what happened is Shingles bit out of the park and somehow scored lots of goals, and yeah, beat me to it essentially. And this is why I'm sat like this, and why I might be doing a little halftime show when we get back to playing.
It's also quite sad, Craig, because I also interviewed him, and he did have a video of him scoring a goal. So
yeah, I mean, maybe when we start getting videoed during our games, that would be fab, and then we can have some more on record. But I've scored a few. I do remember there was one game, and I think it was, and I can't remember now, but I was playing against, it was Richmond, and I actually scored a little reverse sweep, and that was at the point where I think I'm not sure if we were losing or drawing at that point, but my goal basically got us to the point that this is going to sound really like arsing, like I don't really like what I'm saying, but anyway.
You are a bit of a cock.
Yeah. Nice, very good. Yeah, so it sort of turned the game around a little bit, and we ended up winning that game. So I would say that one, but unfortunately it's not on tape, so it's my word against could have just made that all up.
Gemma and I were there, so we can. I'll second that.
I was there, I don't remember it.
You scored that game and you got sent off, Gemma.
Love it. Okay, so the reverse sweep though is your go-to goal moment. So then what summarizes that for you in terms of the song? Is there a big, in your head, that moment where you're just like, I'm epic and this is my song?
That's a really hard question. I can't think of a song.
Venga Boys.
Venga Boys. Venga Boys.
Venga Boys.
Venga Boys.
Venga Boys. We're going to Ibiza.
Is that the one?
That's the one. Great, thanks for that, Kraymer.
Sorry.
Another great edition of the Wenger Boys. Cool. So, okay, we'll go to Gemma next then. Gemma, skill moment, goal moment, favourite moment.
Goal moment, I don't really remember any, but we did actually this season manage to get one of my goals on video, which was a short corner. Which I feel like for us can kind of be a bit hit and miss. We're either on it with our short corners and they just work like a dream, or we're horrendous. But this was kind of one of those games where it worked, and it doesn't look amazing, but it did just kind of go ping, 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 goal. So, you know, and it's always nice to score.
It's slick, it's like touch of the goals.
You score loads of goals though, Gemma, actually. You're a bit of a game changer, so take that as a compliment. You've got loads.
Thanks. I actually remember more that I set up rather than score. So for me, probably more than the goal that there's a video of, is the playoff game that we just played in September. The first goal, the setup for Danny, which, you know, obviously it's such a big game.
Talk us through it. What happened?
I think it was their 16 and we were pressing and I nicked it in the press and then kind of drove. I was on the right hand side, drove to the baseline, came in, and Danny was sort of there on the 90. He slipped it back to Danny and Danny put it in the roof of the net.
And probably fell over while she was doing it. That's pretty standard Danny.
I think she did actually.
Little roll.
Nice. The ultimate assist. So, Gem, is that the moment you're going to go for? Are you going to go for your short corner, or are you going to go for the assist?
Depends if you want the video,
Gemma. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I want a song. I want a song that beats the Wenger Boys.
Okay, song. So my song for this season, other than what mine always goes, has been Head and Heart, Joel Corey. Yeah. And I think that was just like when you're sort of passing or playing, it just kind of mimics sort of the movement that you do. So that one's been my kind of in the car on the way to a game playing song this season. So we'll go with that one.
Nice, love it. Okay, Saz, what about yourself?
Despite scoring many goals in the ladies' twos these days, because I'm in it, I feel like I might be in the runnings for the Golden Stick Award at some point.
Ooh.
I don't know. But I think one of my favourite goals I scored was when we did a mixed away game at Battersea Park, and it was the game we should have won straight up, but there was some umpiring issue. Hayden Jones, whoever it was, something happened. There was some to do. Anyway, we lost the lead we had and ended up being a draw. So it went into flicks. And it was to try and get through to the next round. And I think this was a year that we were actually unsuccessful, though we did make it to the final 16 this year. Last year in COVID scuppered us going to Lee Valley to play an awesome tournament and stuff, or wherever it was, tournament. Anyway, my goal was against like this male goalkeeper in this mixed game, pretty tall guy, like he could literally touch all the corners. And I was like, I'm never going to score this goal. Anyway, the guy logged and I just put it top, middle, straight, like where his head had been, and it was like, oh, that was actually quite a good flick. Because quite often they'll just go over the top. I've been known to bin a few off the rugby style over the crossbar. So that was a pretty decent goal. So
then what was the song that you were celebrating with in your head?
Oh my god.
It was win. Please cut that out. I
don't know. And the only thing I can think of right now, annoyingly, is the Wenger Boys.
Changed it up again. So the amount of pictures, videos, and moments you guys have sent me has been huge, and I wanted to really just take a moment to focus on the social side of the club, because it feels like that's what the ladies team are absolutely phenomenal at. So can you tell me about that best social moment for you at OGs? So we'll kick off with Gemma.
There's been so many sort of random nights, planned nights where we've got full-on costumes going on. But I think one that was actually really cool was the season where we came second in the league and we weren't expecting to be promoted. And then I think a week before the end of season, I think the three of us had I randomly checked on Fixtures Live and they put the league and put the red line under us. So 1 and 2 to be promoted, which we weren't expecting at all, because it was traditionally always just one team to go up. And actually, it was because Barnes got promoted that we got promoted, because they got promoted out of the South, which meant there was space for another team to go in. So thanks, Trina et al. At Barnes. Yeah, and that end of season, because we hadn't celebrated being promoted at all, because we didn't know it was happening, that end of season dinner, which was at the Clubhouse actually, was just a really good one, because we celebrated the promotion at the end of season with the first time we were all together having found out.
Nice. And Cray, what about yourself?
I just keep going back to this memory of I can't even remember, it would have been a Saturday night after a game. We probably were in the Crown to start with, and then we
hold on, can I guess what story Kraymer's about to tell?
You can.
Is it when you and Grimbo got together? Is it that?
No, it is not. No, I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint. Mainly because I can't really remember too much, and neither can he, of that night, so let's move on from that. Yeah, so I think we'd all been in the Crown probably, and I think we were just in a really good vibe, you know, when you're like, you're not ready for the evening to finish. So I think Titch had got a table in the Pullman, or what used to be Noir Bar, and I just remember there being like no one else in the Pullman, like just no one else aside from Old Georgians, and it must have still been quite early, because I think maybe the Crown closed kind of early that night, and I just remember us all just being quite merry. Maybe we'd had one or two drinks too many, and we were just all, I looked at everyone and everyone was just doing these dance moves, and it was just so great, like no one else, just us, and then we'd all huddle back around Titch's table like this. Yeah, like it's something that we needed. We were like, oh, VIP. But yeah, it's got to be that night. Yeah, really fun.
Was that after anything specific, or just a random night?
I think that might have just been a Saturday night, to be honest.
Love it.
I can't remember. I'd like to think it was maybe linked to something, but actually I don't think it was. I think it was just
linked to hockey. It was
it was just it was after hockey. Probably
it's gonna be what it's like when we all get back out there 21st of June this year. 100%.
Yeah, hopefully the Pullman. Yeah.
No, hopefully hockey, Clubhouse, and then we can do what we want.
Yeah.
Saz, what about yourself?
Oh, there have been some good socials. I think one of my favourites has got to be the Halloween. The year we had a really epic Halloween party or social, and loads of the ladies section across the teams got ready at one of the girls' houses, and there's ridiculous videos of people like going down banisters, and like everyone had just made such an effort on the fancy dress that year. Like it was beyond. Gemma looked awesome. You were like vampy, Batwoman. Kraymer, you were a beer bottle. I say everyone made an effort, and then I realised Kraymer was like a beer bottle or a pint. She was something shit. And
no, that was from the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I didn't come to Halloween as a beer bottle.
There's so many socials. They all just merged together. I don't know, what were you for Halloween that year?
You were a skeleton, weren't you?
Yeah, I think I did some sort of like ghouly.
Yeah, I was like Day of the Dead. But the men's section had done some really awesome fancy dresses. Again, going back to TP, legend. He was great. There were loads, but I remember going back the next morning. I don't know if I was coaching the next day with the juniors in the dragon section, or I was just being a good egg. But I went back, and I think there might have been a christening in the Clubhouse, so I had to go and tidy up afterwards. And there were like broken sofas that were just like, it was just bad. Like there was lots of tidying up that needed to happen for the other people to use it for the day, and it was just an epic social. It was one of those good nights out. So I don't know if I've got a video, but I'm pretty sure we've got some good photos from everyone's awesome fancy dress that night.
Okay, so guys, we're coming to the end of the night. The final bell is ringing for last orders. So it's time to think about a final song that summarises your best season with OGs and why. So I'll kick off with Captain Cray.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Song choices.
So I don't know whether this is going to sound like a bit of a, well, I don't know. I'm going to go for it anyway. And it's I'm just trying to find it to remember the name. So it's called Best of You by the Foo Fighters, and I don't know why, I just feel like I like the lyrics on that, and it kind of sums up, you know, OGs being sort of the best of everyone kind of thing, those kind of lines. So yeah, probably that one.
Love it. Saz, what about yourself?
Oh God. This is the part of this interview that I'm not gonna lie, I have no thought given to music. I pull up to St George's College with a mixture of like reggae from like, I don't know, Damian Marley, or like to something offensive and sweary like Cardi B. Like I pick the worst tunes, but like something that's up there as I pull into the St George's, and then I'm like, oh, better turn that down because it's cool to Josie fights and all sorts, and then I'm like, crank, turn that down. So I don't know if I've got a.
What's the banger that gets you on the dance floor when you're going out?
No need. Do you not remember? I was the first one and only one at the bar. Everyone else was showering and going home playing Kingston. I'm already like 3 glasses deep by the time Kraymer gets out and putting a chicken outfit on, or Gemma's just got home to sort his kids out. By the time she comes back, different story. So I don't know. I'm gonna have
do we just need to put you to bed? Is that it?
No, because I'm there till the end. I'm decent.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
You just don't have a song that's like.
Like no need. There's a soundtrack in my mind, but
right. Got you. It's the voices.
Don't listen to
edit that, Rosie.
Go with it.
No, edit.
Okay, so I think it sounds like though, and a very good song to play us out is probably Foo Fighters, The Best of You, because it's been a fantastic Clubhouse evening, guys. So thank you very much to Saz, Emma and Gemma, and cheers. Watch out for the next episode that's coming next week. Thank you guys.
Cheers, thanks Max.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.